Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm not sure who I will go after yet, but last time we went after Polly, the lovely ghost who was the Valley Girl in my attempt to do a voice impression. So let's see what we do now. Back then we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. I'll be yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the monster prom. I remember it clearly. 3 weeks were left. Oh, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates,
Huzzah!
Miranda Vanderbilt, Damien LaVey, Scott Howell, Liam de Lionfort, Polly Geist,
What?
and Vera Oberlin. It was clear it had to be one of them, but who? We only had 3 weeks to choose our prom dates, and even more daunting, we only had 3 weeks to woo them and conquer their hearts. I want to go for Liam, honestly. Vampires and bats are honestly just match made in heaven. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Woohoo! Welcome to Monster's stupidest prom quizzes ever. All minds are rotten, but they were rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more, we are now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose you with different kinds of deviants to who you are. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, TM. We'll throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and we'll turn your answers into your character's stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start. I'm gonna do whatever I think Liam might like. You're elected president for a day. Oh god. What's the first law you pass? Trivia fact, presidents don't pass laws. So is this a trick question or are you just being an idiot? I'm just gonna choose all the actually questions. Which inanimate object do you think would make the best girlfriend or boyfriend? Provided you are criminally insane. A human-sized pillow depicting a character created by myself. As a matter of fact, I have all the needed paperwork, and I'm only waiting for the conservative, narrow-minded laws of our country to finally step forward into WIFO and husbando territory as clearly intended by God. Yeah. The world will end tomorrow. What will you do today? I'll finish my novel. Whatever comes after the end should know my legacy. Yeah. Nerd.
Sure.
Sure. Time to actually myself through this whole thing. That day you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes after all the monster nonsense and dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at high school. I don't think so. You gain 2 smarts against the expected. You spot Scott and Liam engage in what seems to be an intense conversation. They seem so into it that you can't resist the urge to ask them what's going on.
Hey.
We're discussing this recent novel, Two Lights. It isn't a novel, it's a rad movie with lots of cool dudes, bro. And with amazing abs, bro. Well, actually, it's based on a novel, and it's anything but rad. It's cultural trash.
How ironic.
But I decided to like it ironically. The thing is, there's like this human girl with 2 guys who like her, but the guys are part of 2 enemy human races, dude. The wild shirtless humans and the mysterious, deep-looking, giving humans. And it seems these type of humans can't stand each other. Oh, and the deep-looking, giving humans shine in the sunlight. Did you know that that's actually a lesser known trait of some humans? The thing is, the thing is, dude, the next movie will be released soon, and we're super hyped. Ironically, we can't wait, bro. We need to satiate our hunger for two lights. This is your opportunity to show these two you're well versed when it comes to satisfying urges. Go for it. We should write a nuance play based on it. Totally not fanfic.
So authentic.
Oh, I see it. A nuance pastiche involving the characters of two lights, throwing a new light over their fears and desires, and over their abs. Yeah, sure. With an unexpected twist that will elaborate the strengths of the original. However, something subtle yet powerful, something like the rival humans, ditching the girl and fucking and fucking each other's brains out. I was awing at the blushing sprite, not the. Yeah, I like that. It's artistic because of reasons.
Touchdown!
And if they're new, that means more muscles and stuff like that. I like that, dude. Sure. Sounds a lot like a high form of art and nothing like thirsty fanfic. You're some kind of promoter of the arts. You gain 2 creativity and 1 smarts. I don't know why that caught me off so guard after I just did a whole poly
Sure.
playthrough. My 2 faves, my Polly and Liam not eating as usual, because they're undead. You know, the food in this cafeteria really is atrocious. It's hardly even worth my momentogram. Haha. What? I don't even eat the food. See, this is exactly what I mean. We can do so much better than these stupid culinary abortions. Oh, I see what you mean. You mean the 2 of us should have a cook-off? What? No. Did you say something? I'm not listening because I'm so psyched about this cook-off. At no point did I agree to. I've got a huge advantage though because I've cooked so many things, so many drugs. Oh, you think you got the advantage, huh? I've been alive for centuries of culinary history. It's on. The 2 of them dash into the kitchen, ignoring all the rules of law, school, and common decency as they commence cooking. 2 celebrity chef judges appear to critique the challengers. I think they're equally horrible, says the cruel British judge. I think they're both equally horrible. I think they're both equally marvelous, says the overly nice British judge. Both judges turn to you. What do you think? Tiebreaker judge. Whose meal's truly the cat's pajamas? I'm sorry, Polly. Liam's, because I think that last jar of fresh human blood really goes with the parsley sprinkled on top. Oh yes. Ha! In your face, Wolfgang. Suck. That would be a better name for Scott. I'm not even a wolf. As a matter of fact, that'd be a better name for you. Oh, what? Because I'm a vampire? Whoa, that would totally make sense. No, I just meant because you suck. Well, this sucker just wowed the judges with my blood. Tartar. It's raw. It's raw, organic, free-range blood, unethically sourced from a local terrified human. And that's parsley, farm to table, or rather, farm to blood. I threw it in the blood. I like the color. Actually, it's well known that nobody knows what parsley tastes like. And you probably never will, because you're certainly not drinking any of that concoction. You tell Liam his prize for winning that cook-off is a lunch alone with you. Slurp, slurp. Yeah. Bing bong.
Sure.
Sure. Ooh. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathroom because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn. By skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms, you give 0 shits. And 2 bonus. In the middle of everything, a portal opens up and swallows Vera, Polly, and Liam. You dive into rescue them and straight into the season finale of the Interdimensional Bachelor. Good lord. Help. I'm in danger of spraining my eyes from rolling them so hard.
Yes!
Oh my god, we're on a game show. Yes, indeed. Tonight, you 3 will answer a series of trivia questions. Whoever gets the most points becomes I'm gonna win. I don't even care what the prize is. You're what? Your wife? What a revolting premise. So you're saying we're supposed to respond to a series of questions and scenarios, or answers to which will make us more or less likely to achieve a romantic outcome with you? That's extremely problematic. I can't think of anyone who would ever want to play such a dating game. Everybody stop raising reasonable concerns so I can hear the first question. That's the spirit. Question number 1. Describe your ideal marriage proposal. But before Polly can answer, you buzz in yourself. Now's your chance to give an answer that will end in the competition and send the prince packing. You fool. Your childish prank has destabilized the fabric of the dimension is coming apart around us. Ah, help, my shoes are turning into lizards. I like those shoes. What's this? All the money in my wallet has turned into moths. You'll pay for this. No part of me is turning into animals, but I suddenly care about things. This is all your fault. Why didn't you just answer with words? Why did it have to be bees? But you can't take it back. You spend the next 1,000 years traversing various horrifying dimensions with the prince and your 3 pissed off friends. No time has passed when you return home, but you'll never forget. Aww.
Sure.
Sure. I'll go to the gym. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels your team spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You gain 2 charm. Yay! Ooh, you hang out afterwards to impress Liam with your sweet momentogram filters. Oh, it's Instagram. You're really making some headway when.
Greetings, my love.
Never fear, bored teen. I'm here to rescue you from the drudgery of high school. I suppose your heart's in the right place, but I'm afraid there's no experience noble enough to conquer my limitations of ennui. Not even marrying an interdimensional prince? No, not even that. What about marrying an interdimensional prince? Ironically. Oh my god, it's so disruptive. It may be the most disruptive thing ever. No, it seems like Prince has bewitched Liam with his idiotic proposal. All is lost unless you can think of something even more destructive to marry. Concept of marriage itself. But you can't marry marriage. Maybe you can't, but that's because you do not possess the soul of a poet.
So authentic.
Don't you see the brilliance in this scheme? No. Marriage is monogamous. If I marry marriage, then no one will no one else can marry. It's the most destructive marriage of all.
See you.
So long, posers, I'm off to deflower a precious social construct. This will surely put a stop to the prince's practice of proposing marriage to random high schoolers. As soon as Liam figures out how to actually marry an abstract concept, meanwhile, you gain 2 creativity and 1 smarts. Woo! You approach Liam and Vera at their table, but before you can sit down, Vera holds up a hand.
Pathetic.
Stop. This is the cool people table, and we're the only ones cool enough. Cool people allowed.
So mainstream.
I would agree with what Vera just said, but agreeing is something only uncool people do. Wouldn't you agree, Vera? Nice try, Liam, but I think we're getting away from the point. This interloper still wants to sit with us. Well, if he wants to sit with us, he's going to have to prove he's as cool as we are. But without, trying to prove it. Trying is so uncool. So, what's it gonna be? Wait, was that
Ugh.
sarcasm? No, of course not. Yellow. Spelled wrong. I just noticed I forgot to add the W. Was clearly being totally sincere. There it was again. Are you two doing this on purpose? Now why on earth would we do that? Gah! I can't tell whether you're being sincere or ironic. It's so cool. Everyone knows clear and efficient communication is the least cool thing of all. You've woed me with your open disdain for language. Can't tell if you're being serious or not. Exactly. Vera and Liam invite you to sit with them and chat. By the end of lunch, none of you has any idea what anyone else meant. So cool. Bing bong.
Sure.
Sure. Of course. That day during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there are like 300 people. Someone summons demon from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might destroy the fabric of reality itself. Who cares? It's a red party. You can't do fun. Well, but Liam isn't paying attention to any of that. He corners you afterwards to lecture you on momentagram filters. What no one seems to understand about filters is that they're not about making pictures better. They're about making pictures browner and harder to see. That's why I use my own proprietary filters from all my photos. Infinite Twape. It's also probably why I have only 6 monogram followers, but we must all make sacrifices for our art. In any case, I have to go. There's the dead rat in the parking lot, and I simply must document. As soon as Liam's gone, Miranda peeks out of an air conditioning duct. Goodness, the situation is even more dire than I thought. If Operation Make Liam Popular Again is to succeed, we must get started immediately. What's that? Why, yes, of course you're part of my operation. I am unwilling to force people into my service all the time. Oh, you want to know why it's called Operation Make Liam Popular Again? Well, it's been alive for like centuries, right? I'm sure you must have been popular at some point. I'll check the history books later. There's no time now. Phase 1 is in Liam more monogram followers. I took the liberty of having my royal spies discover the password to his account so we can give it a total makeover. But what to do? I don't think he would like that, so... Ah yes, just as father pays millions to vote for him in our fair and democratic elections. In fact, I think we can cut costs by paying one of father's clonesmiths to simply replicate the same 1,000 people 1,000 times. You ask Miranda if she thinks this is ethical, but she is as confused about the meaning of ethics as she is about fair and democratic elections. Soon the plot and the requisite phones are hatched. You run into Liam in the halls a few hours later. I am distraught. My carefully husbanded unpopularity is coming before my eyes. Look at all these followers. Look at their comments. Holy real account 66. I love you, Liam. Another equally real account. You're so obscure and avant-garde. These sentiments are expressing are objectively correct, and yet, no, I can't give in to the lure of the limelight. In spite of this, Liam seems to be enjoying himself quite a bit. Spend the rest of the day helping him curate his feed, gaining 2 drama and 1 fun in the process. But did I get his heart? I hope.
Sure.
Sure. Library. That day you spend some time on the library PCs, maintaining your start picker for 20 backers. Nice. You just see lots of people with this video and impossible promises. Nice. You gain 1,000 money, but almost everything goes to cover costs, and you keep only 2 money. That's good enough. Afterwards, Miranda beckons you from the darkened corner. Psst! Ghost conspirator over here. Phase 1 of Operation Make Liam Popular Again was an overwhelming success. Liam is an internet popular. Now we just need to make him real life popular. And what better way than asking him and what better way than making him prom king? Unfortunately, when I asked him to run for prom king, he said, and I quote, never, 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 not in 100 years, and that's not an exaggeration because I've been alive for hundreds of years and I've never run from prom king, so there you go. Which is clearly his cryptic way of saying he wants us to make him prom king. My first thought was to murder the current prom king after establishing Liam as his rightful heir, but I couldn't find any bloodline charts to work from. So I suppose we must engage in this democratic election the school's holding. Now how can we secure a win for Liam when he is opposed to running or making any effort to win? Need a million people to vote for Liam prom king. Of course. Election rigging, the old standby. I'll summon my father's royal vote buyer immediately. Silly me, how else does one elect a king? Later you watch the prom king election forecast. You're not quite sure why your school has its own prom royalty forecast or who pays for it. And it says, unsurprisingly, that Liam will win by almost 1 million votes advantage. I don't know what to say. Who knew there were a million monsters at this school who thought I should be prom king? Come to think of it, who knew there were a million monsters at this school? This burning in my chest. Is this shame at having it at last become a mainstream, or is it joy? Nope, it's neither. I just need to drink someone's blood. Catch you later. Liam does catch you later. You take him out to get a fun, fresh tuxedo. He's never looked hotter. He gained 2 fun and 1 creativity. Yay! Ding bong.
Sure.
Sure. When you reach Liam and Damien's table, you find it absent of food, but covered in paperwork. Bro, do we really need all these special forms? We can't just write death threats on regular paper? For the last time, Damien, substantive change with an administrative system requires mastery of mechanics of bureaucracy. What if we wrote the death threats on really fancy paper? Ian turns to address you. As you can see, my mastery of real politics has caused me to embrace an unlucky ally in my quest to reform. Ally! I have no idea what he's saying, but I just want the cafeteria food to stop being so fucking boring. You see, our interests are aligned. I too desire a menu less pedestrian. Sure, either way, we're stuck on the last bit. We know we want to change the menu, but we don't know what to change it to. Yes, we have indeed encountered a culinary block. Perhaps you can suggest something appropriately artistic. Well, he had parsley in the past thing, so
Oh,
that's it. That's it?
so
Don't you see it,
authentic.
Damien? It's bold commentary on the emptiness of consumption. Really? It sounds like a plate with leaf on it. We'll never understand. But like, why even have a leaf on the plate if you're trying to be so minimalistic? My god, you're right. Why even have a plate? Why have anything at all? That's it. Our new menu item. Nothing. The school relieves Liam's edition from now on. Lunch supply will include one empty tray. A great victory for artistic expression. And ghost. Bing bong.
Sure.
Sure. That day during recess, you start have a half-hour rave. Have a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. You spot you spot Juan, who seems to be a bit sad. He explains to you these worries. Yep. 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 Without the way, you hurried to your secret meeting with Miranda.
Oh, how
Well-done
majestic!
co-conspirator. Operation Make Liam Popular Again is a rousing success. And for the record, I did discover that Liam was popular for a 3-month period in the early 16th century, so the name fits. All that remains is for us to wait for the prom and celebrate your deception. I knew it was too good to be true. My idiocracies are remarkable, but they aren't marketable. This was a cruel joke, wasn't it? A bet between two popular kids that they could make an outcast loser into prom king. I just realized he kind of has like the non-binary color scheme going on. Well, guess what? The circus is over, and this clown is climbing into his tiny car and going home, along with like 12 other clowns. If the metaphor holds, which it doesn't, it was a bad metaphor. Goodbye. No, Liam, I wasn't trying to be mean. I don't have a mean bone in my body. I don't even have bones. You might check that affirmation later. Oh, fish sticks. If we don't do something to fix this, all our hard work in subterfuge will go for naught. But how can we make amends? Surely not with some sort of overwrought romantic gesture defying all logic. You tell Amanda not to worry. You've seen plenty of teen rom-coms. You know how this party goes. Wait, how did you know Liam was about to board a plane? Are you stalking him? If you are, that's fine. Isn't that what all romantic comedies have ever taught us to do? Anyway, you find Liam in the international terminal at Spooky Airport, waiting in line aboard. You pass through airport security, telling them you're here for a romantic gesture. Because airport security might say no to terrorism, but they can't say no to love. You're too late. I'm going to Belarus, where my calculations have been revealed that nobody likes me, and I can't go back to being unpopular. You grasp Lynn's cold, dead hand in yours, and with perfect sincerity, you tell him what he means to you. Nothing. Don't you see? You say, looking deeply in his eyes. You don't need to flee to Belarus to be unpopular, because you will always be unpopular in my heart, which is coincidentally about the same shape as Belarus. I don't know what to say, mainly because I don't know what you're talking about, but if I don't understand it, that must mean it's art. You said art to me. Oh, how could I ever dream of leaving you behind? Alright, if it makes you happy, I'll return to Spooky High School and don that heavy prom crown. But only because I know that no matter how popular I get, there will always be one person who thinks I'm only so-so. The people in the airport line clap and cheer, clearly not understanding anything you two just said to each other. Liam accompanies you back to school, and you gain 2 creativity and 1 smarts. Also, you should visit a hospital since your heart, being the shape of Belarus, can't mean anything good health-wise. Hello. Liam.
Oh, hey.
Sure.
How
Sure.
ironic.
Who could have foreseen this? Liam and Yellow, Prom royalty. We did it! It was our plan. We fought for love and love won. Liam is popular again. Huzzah! Anyway, after all these years spent avoiding cliches, this doesn't feel as bad as I imagined.
So authentic.
Maybe doing a 180-degree turn from cliche clicks is good, but embracing clicks is like making a 360-degree turn from them, so disruptive. At that moment, Miranda becomes distracted by some other wacky plan and leaves you with Liam mumbling to himself. Such a lovable dork. Prom night arrives and the two of you decide to embrace all the cliches. From slow dancing to actually having fun.
Prom king.
Ooh.
How ironic.
After the coronation, Liam admits he's having a great time, which is causing him to reflect on all the cliches he's avoided all these years, which he can now embrace. Yay! Then he puts his hands over yours and says, "And you know, what's the biggest cliche I've been avoiding? Love." I don't even care how cheesy that sounded. Boy, that was cheesy, but you know what? You don't care either. Ooh. Yay! Yippee! Most likely to marry a zebra. Most likely to work in something no one understands. Real. Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the monster prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened and it was wonderful. Liam and Scott co-wrote a weird, cheesy fanfic of 2 lights that became unexpectedly popular to the point it turned into a well-known novel of its own. Half the characters are shirtless for all the right reasons. Damien became an internet interior designer specializing in tortured machines. Last month, Vogue magazine called his products the refined marriage between macabre and chic. Polly's drug cooking skills proved useful, and she became a chemist for the pharmaceutical industry. But in her free time, she still cooks the real shit. Her greatest inventions so far are watermelon flavored ecstasy and a thing called LS Dope. Yeah. For those 3 weeks, the monster prom seemed larger than life, and just then, it was gone. Just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, but there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Yeah! No words needed. Thanks for playing.